Hi folks, welcome back to the shop here at Project Pine Hills. Today we're talking about this Klein Tools Precision Ratchet and Driver System. The part number on this is 32787. And you can see here it has all these different bits in the loadout. It's Modbox compatible. Take a quick look at the side. You'll see that there's 60 bits total. There's 16 1-inch long, 1/4-inch hex bits. There are 33 precision bits in here. There are 10 nut drivers. And then there is an adapter from a 1/4-inch to 3.5 millimeter precision drive. We'll talk about that. Quick look at the back. You can see here it has a ratchet. There's the handle. Has 2 different bit drivers. We're going to talk about that too. And it's made in Taiwan. All right, let's have a look at this driver set. 64-piece set. You can see it has this nice clear top so you can see everything that's in here. If anything's missing, you can spot it. It's in this Modbox. You can see it's written right here on the lid. The Modbox has this nice latch that spring loads and can latch automatically so you don't have to forget whether you've latched it or not. So you can see here's the 33 precision bits. There's 10 of these nut drivers, and over here we have 16 standard 1-inch long, 1/4-inch hex bits. Here's the Klein Tools handle. It has 2 different drivers. We'll talk about that here, and it's got this low profile ratchet. Before we start that, let's look at a typical precision driver set. This is one made by Klein. You can see it has a plastic hinge in the center, plastic latch over here. Not nearly as good as this Modbox. You can already see this plastic where it's white and fatiguing, so it will wear out. This Klein has a metal hinge in the back of the Modbox. But this is your typical precision set. You see we have some nut drivers here and the handle. So that's one example. There's another example I have here from Amazon. This is a Pro Tools set, precision driver, and you have an assortment of bits here. Typically these precision bit sets have a handle like this where you can pull this cullet back and you can extend out the drive. So you can see it clicks into place, and ultimately of course it can be removed. And this Klein is no different. If you look at the handle, it's the same way. I can push down this cullet and I could extend these bits out and you can see they click into place. Right, and you have this spinning handle. You can see here on the hand it says, stamped into the handle, it says adjustable precision, and it's got a spinny cap. These other drivers are the same way. They have spinning caps on them. Now looking at these typical precision screwdrivers, how you can pull down on this cullet and you can click out on the, and you can extend the shank, got me to thinking that maybe that's where Klein got the idea for the adjustable 14-in-1, where you can pull down the cullet and adjust these and click these out as well. And of course the whole shank is removable, so I wonder if that's maybe where the idea came from. If so, it was a good idea. But what really makes this Klein different is the fact they allow you to run a larger 1/4-inch shank. So this can be taken out. You can grab this one, put it in here, adjust to whatever length you want, and I can take these typical drivers. There's a number 2 Phillips, which is great. That really gives this a practical use. You know, instead of just having this set as a precision driver set, you can get a lot of use out of this number 2 Phillips on an everyday basis. I think it's great they not only have this precision set, but they've really given it a lot more usability in that you can have either one of these shanks on here and drive standard bits, especially that number 2 Phillips, which is very common. These nut drivers, and of course the precision bit. Driving these standard bits and of course having this ratchet is really one of the things that make this set so different. Now, you'll notice I put the screwdriver back in here and I've still got the bit mounted in the driver. So you can put this handle back with either one of these shanks on it and even have the bit in there. But you'll see I can take the standard shank off the driver, just pull it out. I can take this precision one and put it in the driver, take the standard shank, put it back in the set here, clicks right down into place. I put the driver back into place, and now you can see here that I've got the standard shank in here with the bit on the end and the precision driver in here with the shank. So you can have either shank on here and store it in this bit holder, which is really handy. So you're not having to put it back in a certain way. No matter whether you're running these standard bits over here or the precision bits, you can put them back into this case. Now let's compare this precision driver tip to the one that Klein has here. Now, one of the things there's been a lot of discussion about is these bits are a different size than a standard bit. So if I take one of these Klein bits and I measure it here, you see it comes in at about 4 millimeters. And that's pretty typical of these precision bit sets. But if I grab a precision bit from the Klein, we're going to check that out. You can see they're about 3.5 millimeters. So 3.5 versus 4 millimeters. Why does that matter? Well, look at this Milwaukee charger. If I flip it over, you can see here in the back, if I take this Klein driver, it will not fit into this screw hole, this 4 millimeter sized adapter. But the Klein slips right in there. No problem. And I think that's why Klein has gone with the 3.5 millimeter size. It's the same with the Klein 27-in-1. You can see here, it's got double bits stored here in the handle. If we take one of these out and get a quick measurement on that, you can see they're also 3.5 millimeters. So they've gone with smaller bits on both of these drivers. So you might find yourself trying to decide between this Klein precision bit set and the Klein 27-in-1 bit driver. So it just comes down to what you need. You have this 27-in-1 if you need something to compact and have with you all the time. It's got 27 bits. There's 33 precision bits in here. So you've got 6 more bits in this precision bit set. So you just have to make a judgment call which one you need. If you need more portability, you can get the 27-in-1, or you can get the precision set if you want more bits. So that's really one of the things that makes this set unique, right? Then in addition to that, they also have this precision mini ratchet, which is very handy to have. Now you can see I can take a bit, put it in here, and you can see it's a very low profile ratchet, and it's got 64 teeth. Let's compare that to this Vim mini ratchet. It's also a low profile ratchet, similar style. And you can see here that the Klein has got a lower profile, the ratchet itself. Of course, that doesn't change the depth in which these will fit in, because that's driven by the fact they have a 1-inch bit in each driver. But just a quick comparison there. They both have the spinning wheel here in the back. You see I can spin that on the Vim, and it's the same with the Klein Tools mini ratchet. Now the ratchet does have a fair amount of back drag. It's not nearly as low a back drag as this Vim, but it's a great option to have with you in the kit. Of course, you can see it's got Klein Tools right there stamped into the back of it, Klein Tools in the handle. It's got a little low profile switch here in the back so you can change directions of the ratchet. You look here and see some of the bit options here. I'm going to turn it this way so we can take a closer look. You'll see it does have 2 pentalobe screws in it for Apple products. It also has this adapter. Let's look at that real quick. Now all these nut drivers in the back here are 1/4 inch. They run off this shank. So if I grab one of these, you can see I can put it in here, magnetically holds in here, and you can run these sockets. They're all standard. This one's 3/32, for example, so they're standard size sockets. I'm gonna go up here and grab the large one real quick. Let's look at that. See, it pops right in there, extend out to whatever length you need. It's 3/8 on this one. Let's take a closer look there. It's 3/8. You can see it has Klein stamped right in there. Now one thing I've noticed is if you come down here and grab this one, this is an adapter that's got that same 1/4 inch base on it. And it's an adapter from 1/4 inch. You can see it's got a little laser etching here of a Phillips head, but I can take a precision bit, it'll adapt from a 1/4 inch down to the 3.5 millimeter. The only drawback is it's not held in here magnetically. It's supposed to. It has a magnet in it that pulls in those precision bits. You can hear them click into place. And all I can figure is that there is a magnet in here, and it must be working maybe against the magnet in this driver, because when you put it in here, it doesn't want to hold. It does fall out. So it's one drawback I can see with this tool. If I can grab the one right next to it here, you can see it's no problem for that to be magnetically drawn in there and held into place. So for some reason this adapter doesn't hold, and I can only figure it's maybe because the magnets are opposing each other. When you look closely at this precision 1/4 inch to 3.5 millimeter adapter, it almost looks like it's a different finish than the other sockets in the kit. So while it doesn't retain magnetically in this driver, what I realize is it does work with the ratchet. So you can put it in here, it's held in by that C-clip, and now you can take this ratchet and drive one of these precision bits, right? So now you have a precision bit driver. And what that means is both of these drivers can drive all of the bits in this kit. I also noticed that the screwdriver and the ratchet have the exact same part number on them that's on the kit and on the box, and it's on the case itself, is that part number 32787. You can see it there on both handles. Here's a closer look at each of the type of bits that come in this precision bit set. You can see here the precision style here where it does have Klein Tools or KT marked here on the end, so it's branded, and it has etched in here the size. This is Torx T15. And you can see right below it, this one's got Klein Tools or KT on it as well for this Phillips size number 2. They've got KT marked down here. They mark it on the base of the sockets or the nut drivers. And then when you look down here, right at 3/16, they start marking them on the socket end of those nut drivers. You can see this number 2 Phillips. It does magnetize the bit, so it does hold the bits in place. And you can see the same is true of precision bits. You take the bit out, you see the bit itself is not magnetic. But if you put the bit holder on, the precision bits are also magnetic. You can see the versatility of this screwdriver. It's got this spinning cap that's designed to be put in the palm of your hand, so you can take the screwdriver and just spin it with your fingertips quickly, whether you're loosening or tightening. I can take this Phillips driver and I can turn this screw here. Good lock up on this Phillips number 2 bit, or I can pull this out. I can put in a 1/4 inch nut driver, put it right on here and drive this 1/4 inch screw. Pull that off, put in a 5/16 nut driver. See, I pop right on this 5/16 screw and I can drive that. So a lot of versatility in one kit. As I mentioned, this Klein Tools precision set, it's different from the one that came out previously because it is in this mod box, and they do have the combination of not just having precision bits, but also having these nut drivers and the standard hex bits over there. So part of the mod box, you can close this nice clear lid. It has a nice metal hinge here in the back. It's not going to give away. Of course, the front is spring loaded. As you can see, I can just pop this open. Just downward pressure, it clips shut. And another thing I like about this mod box case is all these bits come out very easy. It's not like a traditional blow mold case where you have to struggle to get the bits out. All of these bits, regardless of size, come out very easily and go back in easily, but they stay in place when you shut the lid. But it's designed to work with their mod box system. So you can see I could take these other mod boxes, put them here. It's got these two little cleats in the front. I can set them right in the front here, set it down, push it, and it clips right into place. And now it's latched to this. And what's great about Modbox is I can flip a latch and get into any of these sets without having to take them apart, right? I can get down here and grab this Klein 8-in-1 stubby, get to that, or any of these sockets. So it works completely with Modbox. You tip it forward, you'll see there's a latch here in the back. I can just flip this latch forward and remove it right from the Modbox case. So very handy case to have these bits in. A great way to store them, a great way to have them with you all the time. You look here on the bottom, you can see they have a little measurement here. It goes a little over 8 inches on the bottom of the mod box. So just a really nice set. Let me know in the comments what you think of this Klein Precision set, this 64-piece set. I think it's a great way to go. I like it better than these other sets I have. Definitely like it better than this Kai Wheat set. It's got more versatility. I like it better than this Amazon set that I have. I'll have a link to this in the description. And please remember to like and subscribe. All those actions help me to continue to bring content to you here on the Project Pine Hills channel. And with that said, I'll see you in the next video.